Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Troll Talk podcast. Today's guest is your usual host, my favorite Smelly Willy, a gamer subs aficionado, and a boozy brother. We have Trolleyzz. Trolleyzz, how you doing today?
PV, I'm doing well. How are you?
You know what? I did great. When we started, I did a little bit of Canadian dialect to kind of bond with you. So how did that make you feel?
Oh no, I could tell you sounded like my long lost cousin.
Well, some people think that we might be related.
I think so.
It's circulated that we might actually be siblings.
That is true. I mean, it looks like we're in the same room.
And we are. Actually, it's true. We are in the same room. And it's very special. So if you're listening to this, we are in the same room on Spotify or YouTube or wherever you hear your podcast. Trolleyzz and I are in the same room, and we're really excited to have that opportunity. So, okay, before we get started.
Yes.
What episode are we on?
We are actually unofficially on episode 50.
Okay.
50 of the podcast. However, if you are listening on YouTube or Spotify, this is technically upload 11 or episode 11. There was 39 episodes to this podcast that were never recorded, that were never uploaded. They were all done live on Twitch, just like this one. So make sure to check out the Twitch, twitch.tv/Trolleyzz. I'm the guest this time. But Mr. Purple Broccoli, the host, was actually our third ever guest. And I figured, why not have a former podcast guest who never really got to have the spotlight on YouTube or Spotify be the host? Somebody who I trust and have built one of the strongest friendships I have on Twitch with is now the host.
I'm hosting.
So he's hosting, and he, if you've listened to any of these before, you know that I'd like to do a little bit of a deep dive, and I've heard that certain somebody has done the exact same thing and might have a little bit on me. So we're going to make this special. We're going to make this interesting. But the whole purpose of this, and me being the guest, episode 50 was only just a fluke. We raised over $3,000 for charity for NAMI a couple months back. And one of the milestones was to have a solo podcast. So yeah, the podcast is not really solo, but I am the guest. That is the background story on this.
It's essentially solo. I'm more or less here just to kind of make it smooth. So yeah, so 50 episodes, 11 officially on YouTube. I did try to get up as much juicy things as I could on you. You're a very well hidden man. I will give you credit. Some of your community were very helpful. But I'm going to ask you real fast, Epic Troll 2410. How has your podcast really, helped you grow as a content creator?
Oh, I hate you so much.
That's a little hurtful. I just asked a question. No need to be mean.
What'd you call me one more time?
Oh, no, Epic Troll 2410. I was just curious.
Close.
2410?
No, 1210.
1210. Okay.
1210.
We were close.
My birthday.
So tell us the story and how you got that nickname.
The original name. Let's just say I started off my online gaming career 11 years ago. When did Black Ops 2 come out? Because that's pretty much when I started online. Back in the day, trolling was big. I was a big fan of like Merc Music, if you guys remember him. He still kind of posts a bit of content, but he was known for like his trolling content on Call of Duty, and I just enjoyed watching trolling content, so I figured I'd add the name Troll. I'm also 11 at that point, so I had to make it Epic. Epic Troll was taken. I'm like, okay, let's add an underscore, because slashes aren't that cool. Periods aren't that cool.
Underscores
underscore because it's cringy and hip and
those are cool.
And Epic underscore Troll was taken. So I'm like, okay, let me do what any other person my age would do and add numbers. What better numbers than my birthday? 12/10, December 10th. And that was available, but I made it all caps because I wanted it to stand out and be cool. Yeah, that name lasted about 6 years, and I don't really regret it, but I do.
Well, that's surprisingly a long time. At least it wasn't like the number you added wasn't like 420, 69, XXX, because that was like the trend. Like everyone added like X's and underscores to names. So, well, look,
I would never do that.
That you brought up some good points with Black Ops 2 and stuff like that, because I have some of your old Twitter posts that you have. I'm actually going to pull one of them up on the screen real fast, so you're going to have to look at your own stream.
If you want, you can screen share OBS, and I'll have no delay. That's what I do with everybody.
Well, too much work.
Well, it's okay.
Too much work now. Okay, so this is the first technical tweet you ever made. I want to win BO2 and there's a random code
No,
that...
I need you to remove that real quick.
What does it mean?
Sir, I need you to take that off screen.
What does it mean? Is it bad?
A little bit.
What's your first tweet?
Well...
And you told me you deleted all of your bad tweets from when you were younger.
I thought I did.
Well, you were wrong. MPB can find anything. What did you want to win?
How the fuck?
We have
I didn't win.
You didn't win?
No.
Was it a tournament?
No, it was just kind of like, hey, I want this prize. And I never got that prize because, you know, when thousands of people enter, you have very little chances of winning a prize.
That's fair.
Oh, my God. I thought it was deleted. Good to know that I got to delete.
Well, you have another one, but I have another tweet. And you were mentioning content creators that kind of influenced you, right? When you were young. So I went through, as you can tell, a deep dive into your entire Twitter past.
Yeah.
You have tagged Smosh more than I think Smosh has tagged themselves. So what's that type of relationship and appreciation you have for Smosh? This is before Smosh Gaming was a thing. So what's that kind of history like for you, and what's your fascination with them?
Smosh was one of, if not my favorite YouTube channel to watch. I was a YouTube kid. And I still am. I am fully addicted to YouTube. A lot of my spare time I'm just spent watching YouTube. I'd rather watch YouTube series over like television or movies or stuff like that. I'll always go to YouTube. And Smosh, as a lot of people know, was one of like the OGs on YouTube. There was Fred, there was Annoying Orange, there was Ray William Johnson, and there was Smosh, and there was PewDiePie. I found Smosh as like kind of one of the first channels that I got hooked on. A lot of their epic food battles, I think they were called, or food battles that were yearly. Yeah, awesome. They made them like very interesting and stuff like that. Those were really fun to watch.
Like donut versus, what was it? Is donut?
It was like donut versus Twinkie, donut versus all these other things. There was always the donut.
Yeah, it was like a frosted donut versus, I think chimichanga was like one.
Yep.
Yeah, these were. I also watched a lot of Smosh growing up. So.
Jesus, but. I'm still shocked that you got that fucking tweet and you know this fact. God damn it. You know what? You need to be my co-host.
I could be a PI. I feel like I could do it.
Listen, I'm just open on Twitter, and I got rid of a lot of the bad tweets.
It's true.
Those ones I'll be honest, I don't really care to delete those ones where I'm tagging people, like tagging shit that I used to love watching.
Yeah, who cares?
That one I do need to delete though.
Noted. See, I've helped you, and if you cut, you cut.
If we cut, we cut.
We cut.
No cut. All one take. At the end of the day, I was also a kid who got bullied a lot in school, and I think it translated to me wanting to get noticed on social media by people that I watched. And I feel like I'm not the only person who's done that. I mean, judging by the amount of research I've done on people, I'm definitely not the only one who's done that.
Oh, no.
But yeah, at the time, I had a Twitter account when I was under the age to actually have a Twitter account. It caused me to lose it for a year and a half.
Oh, really? There's always rules for that. Twitch has similar rules, of course.
Yeah.
All the age restrictions and stuff like that. But it's cool. And I'm going to tell you why your social media kind of career is interesting to me, is because I did not get a Twitter and Instagram or anything like that until I was like 19, 20 years old.
Okay.
I'm 27. So I find it really interesting that you... I know. I know. But I find it interesting that you've kind of been ingrained into that, not social media per se, but in that content creation journey for so long. Like,
yeah.
So before we get back into nitty ditty, like, you know, who are you type of stuff, I kind of talk about like what really got you wanting to content create. Like, what was like the instigating moment where you're like, this is what I want to do?
I love talking about this because I've like jumped back and forth from it, but the passion's always been there pretty much since I've been watching YouTube.
Cool.
And stuff like that. So honestly, the passion started about 9 years ago now. And I don't know, it was just the fact of I saw people playing video games and having fun with it. And I got hooked on the idea of I can do that too. And back in the day, in 2011, 2012, streaming wasn't a big thing. It was all YouTube content creation. It was just starting up.
Let's Play.
Right? And when we hit 2013, we had a lot of content creators from FaZe and Optic. I was a massive Call of Duty kid. And that kind of got me hooked on the idea of just having funny moments and recording my content as much as I could. But I didn't have a computer. I was using a headset with a microphone on it, and I would like record 30-second clips from a game if I had a highlight. But I started off, once again, this goes back to Merc Music. I started off as a knifer. It was Merc Music, and it was Straight Up Knives who were my inspiration for that. Just knife trolling, ninja defusing and search and destroy, and like going for clips and highlights and cross maps with the tomahawk and stuff like that.
Those were really fun back in the day.
Yeah,
like, watching people do just knife only like runs and the ballistics and stuff. Those were fun.
And I really hope that you found the one video that I have. My first ever montage was from actually Black Ops 3. No, I don't have it. Damn.
If you want to send it to me,
I'll pull it up one day on stream.
Yeah.
I don't know if I could find it. I don't know if I deleted it. That's the thing. But if I have it,
you deleted a lot of things. Like I talked to you a little bit about it. Like I have found clips of your original like content, but I can't access them because they're deleted. But actually, okay. So before, because it's on my head, do you know what the first game you streamed was?
On Twitch?
On Twitch.
I'm trying to think back because we're talking first ever, right?
First ever. I'm pretty sure I'm right.
I saw this before.
I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure I'm right.
I'm pretty sure it's Apex.
You think so?
I think so.
100%.
100%. I'm pretty sure it's Apex because I hate Apex, but I remember I played it back in the day.
I am pretty positive the first game you ever streamed was Destiny 2.
I could believe that. That was my second guess.
Yeah, Destiny 2. Okay.
I was a massive Destiny nerd after Call of Duty.
Surprisingly, and correct me if I'm wrong, the second game you ever streamed was very surprising to me because it's not FPS related or like anything related to that at all. And you recently made a Twitter post about it.
Oh.
And by recent, I mean like a month and a half ago. Man, I did a deep dive on this. Holy crap.
No, still. Hold up.
Yeah.
So you're putting two and two together. What was the second? It can't be like a Need for Speed.
No.
I know that's what got me my first set of growth on Twitch. Yeah. It's what got me like realistically my first 100 followers was Need for Speed.
Okay.
Damn.
This
what
is all
game
based,
was it?
It's all based off of your like in-depth Twitch tracker.
Yep.
Your second game you ever streamed was Temtem.
Temtem?
The Pokemon-like game.
Temtem?
Temtem.
Oh my fucking god.
Temtem, yep. And ironically,
I
streamed it as well at the exact same day you did, but we didn't know each other.
No way.
Yeah. I crossed it. We both streamed the exact same day. Wild. So, okay. And so since Temtem was your second stream game, you must have liked it to some extent. Or maybe, do you have any appreciation or like fondness for Pokemon?
I do like Pokemon. I mean, if you can't tell.
No.
Usually a Pokemon running down at the bottom of the screen.
Never seen those before.
I have a Weedle sitting on my desk.
Now, why is that? Why is there a Weedle there?
Weedle's the party wiener.
Party wiener.
The best Pokemon known to man. There's even a Weedle back in the background that people can't see.
Can't on mine,
but
though.
yeah, actually, one of the viewers, Batsy, made a Weedle out of leaf energy.
Oh, I remember that. I remember seeing that. You showed it to me. Quick. Yeah. It's really cool. Did you get? Well, you can't hear me anymore. Okay, so for anyone who's just listening to me, look at this. How cool this is! Isn't that the coolest thing?
Oh my god, the green screen.
Oh no, it's covering up yours too.
That's okay. But
it's super cool.
You guys can understand that there is leaf energy there.
It's so cool.
But yeah, that was made by Batsy, a longtime member of our community. And yeah, the frame sadly broke on it in shipping, and I tried to keep the frame for as long as I could, but after moving it a few times, the frame fully broke. So I just now keep it kind of in the background, with all my other Pokemon stuff up on the top shelf.
So your favorite Pokemon is without a doubt
Weedle.
Okay.
Weedle.
All right, cool. Favorite Pokemon game you've ever played?
Platinum.
Oh, okay, a classy answer. Now, you did a Nuzlocke of it.
Uh-huh.
That I had nothing to do with that at all. So tell me, out of like all the games you've played, so we talked about the first 2 you've played, out of all the content creation you've had, what do you think has been the hardest jump for you to play something new?
Ooh. Okay. I think that the hardest jump I did, it wasn't really a game in particular. It was more in the fact of I'm going to go from what I feel like is meta to what I enjoy playing the most. And actually, realistically, the first game was Knockout City.
Good game.
That I had like that big jump of this is outside what I normally play.
Sure.
At the time, I was playing shooters and racing. That was it. That was my content. I did try story mode Mondays where I was like doing different story mode games. I did Sonic Adventure as one of them. There's a few others that I've played. I just can't remember them off the top of my head, but some of them or most of them I never completed. I did Dragon Ball Z Kakarot back December 2020.
Oh wow,
and then got into the card game aspect of that. Yeah, I forgot that game came out too. I just looked on my dashboard and I see it there. I'm just like, well, yeah, I played that once.
Irony.
But yeah, Knockout City I'd probably say is the game that I had the biggest leap of faith into because I really enjoyed it. And I wanted to turn it into something. But then after like kind of 3 weeks, I stopped. And I feel the same thing with Roller Champions is I fucking love the game, but I haven't played it in 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Just haven't really had time to play it and haven't been able to squeeze it into the schedule. With that being said, the biggest jump coming up is Elden Ring.
Hard game.
I have to do a full Elden Ring playthrough.
Wow, the entire
with
game.
Little to no backseating.
Oh, wow.
And no help because I've already had like 3 of my friends be like, hey, do you want somebody to play it with? I'm like, no. Because just like this podcast, it was one of the donation goals for charity. It was all part of one. It was a hot tub stream, a solo podcast, and the Elden Ring playthrough. Yeah, 3 things I said I never do.
Really? Okay, so you said you would never stream a Soulsborne game. So have you ever played a Soulsborne game, or would this be your first?
I played Bloodborne up to the first mini boss and then quit because I just did not enjoy it.
Oh boy.
Oh boy. I have been told Elden Ring I will probably enjoy.
Yeah.
Just because of the fact that it is almost a perfect entry game for Soulsborne games.
Sure.
But it's not the easiest. So, but it's like the perfect. God damn it! I don't even have any made. I just saw you said that.
Wow! Today, Aaron has his gamer subs drink, but we always don't.
Well, I saw Kat redeem the flavor, and I know it's guest choice. So,
watermelon? I hate watermelon.
Nope.
Watermelon's
I'm making
bad.
peach tea and peach tea only.
Ooh, peach tea.
What?
But
what's your next question?
Okay.
As I grab water.
So that's a great question. Because questions are important for a podcast. So my question is, Titty Sprinkles, is that you created your Twitch account June 20th of 2014. How come it took you 6 years to get affiliate? That must be really embarrassing.
It's very embarrassing, actually. My first stream, I think, was in, like, 2017. First of all, how the fuck do you know Titty Sprinkle? God, I know who messaged you. I hounded them to message you, and I'm actually disappointed that they gave out that. Fuck!
So give us a little context to the Titty Sprinkle journey. Like, how did you really, embody the Titty Sprinkle? That's, that's something I've always wondered personally, so how to be a Titty Sprinkle. It's a big ambition of mine, so if you could help me.
For fuck's sakes. Oh my god. So, I'm gonna answer your first question first, and then I'm gonna answer the Titty Sprinkle question. We could talk about how I took 6 years to hit affiliate. Yeah, I made my account in 2014. And as I mentioned earlier, one of my inspirations for like Call of Duty content was Straight Up Knives. And Straight Up Knives was one of the first people I ever actually followed on Twitch. He still streams to this day, but I was a sub to him for as long as I had a job back during high school. I think right now, if I were to resub, I'd be like a 35-month resub or something like that.
That's awesome.
Like a ridiculously high number.
Yeah.
But I was known in his community a lot, and it was kind of just that's where my first aspect of being a Twitch viewer was. And one thing I tell people that want to start streaming is you need to start off as a viewer. Now his mannerism on stream isn't the same that I wanted to do. He's a person that kind of pushes the boundaries of TOS as a white male on Twitch. You can kind of understand where I'm going with that with gamer language, but he doesn't say it in a bad or derogatory way, and that's why I, liked it. He was just kind of, I'll say whatever I want whenever I want, as long as I'm not directly trying to offend people. And to jump to current day, somebody who does that is BB Jess, is another streamer who I love to watch, because her motto is I do whatever I want whenever I want. And it's brought her the success that she has. But going back to me taking 6 years is I did not feel comfortable to stream. Yeah, there was a couple streams here 100%. And there that were just from my PlayStation. Then that was it. No face cam. My audio wasn't even routed. Fucking volume's way too high, blowing out my eardrums. But it didn't really start until July 2020, where I started to work on getting all of the material for streaming, because I wanted to take it seriously. I wanted to take that content creation step, and I figured the first way to do it was streaming, because that was the thing that I enjoyed watching the most, and the thing that I felt like I could do the most. I can't sit here and edit a video for 8 hours a day. But I can sit here and I can stream and talk to people 8 hours a day.
Yeah.
And I think it was mid-August when I started streaming pretty much every single day. Beginning of September was when I really started doing it and hammering down on it. And I hit affiliate in a month from there.
Yeah, you hit
with friends' help.
You hit affiliate
September 24th, 2020.
What day? Hold on, one more time.
September 24th, 2020, but my first official stream was the 25th.
Heard. Okay. I had all this written down, but I wanted to confirm.
Yep.
And so the thing about starting a Twitch account in 2014 to now, obviously, some people make Twitch accounts, they don't stream at all. Like that's half the point, right? So you kind of answered a question I had for you before we get back to titty sprinkles.
I was trying to avoid it.
So I'm not. So the first person you ever subbed to on Twitch was
Straight Up Knives.
Okay, cool. So the person you mentioned earlier. Cool.
Straight Up Knives was the first person I ever subbed to, and what I don't know if you saw, because you are a part of it.
Yeah.
There was a bingo sheet kind of thing I did at the end of last year. And every single spot was a different streamer on it. And first streamer I subbed to was because I didn't use the same streamer twice. First streamer I watched was Straight Up Knives. And then I had to change first streamer I subbed to my second, which is UCog Monkey, who was a Guitar Hero 3 streamer, who now does Assetto Corsa on top of Clone Hero.
I could never. Literally. Fingers bad. Are you a big Guitar Hero, Rock Band fan?
We actually talked about it last night. I want to play Clone Hero on stream. I have the guitar. It's over to my side. I can't. It's not in arm's reach right now.
No, it's fine.
But I do want to play Clone Hero on stream. I have every single song list from all the Guitar Heroes, all the DLC, and all the Rock Bands downloaded on my PC right now. I just can't play because I don't have the dongle for the guitar to PC, and nobody sells the dongle. You sell the guitar with the dongle, and that is over $100.
And I'm good word, dongle.
Dongle.
What a great word. Titty Sprinkles loves his dongle. So now it's time. Reveal to me the origin of this name. I must know.
It's not breathtaking or the funniest fucking thing ever. Yes, it's my brother Cornbread. Titty Sprinkles was just kind of. It was based on a meme, I believe, from 2016. Sure. I can't exactly remember the origin, but one of my first followers, one of my longest friends, Miss Creepy Eyes, or Monty, or Lena, as some of you know her. Sure. Her and I have been best friends for years, and at one point, my contact info in her phone was just Titty Sprinkles, because I think I said it a couple times, and since then it's stuck.
So right? People still call this to you.
No. She is literally the only person that would ever call me Titty Sprinkle, because I think it was my Snapchat name on her phone, and I think it still is.
Nice.
Right? I don't really give anybody nicknames in my phone. It's either your online name or it's your name. Like that's what people's contacts in my phone are. On Snapchat, I don't really change much because I used to do it so much, and then I just had to get rid of all of them because it got confusing for me. And now, you know, being in content creation, it's a lot easier for me to have somebody's like online name over a nickname, whether they're the closest of friends or not. It's just easier for me to keep track of all of that. And if I'm really close with somebody, then yes, I'll put their like first name or their first name, last name, whatever the case may be. But I do it for privacy, where I don't really use last names, especially if, you know, God forbid anything ever gets leaked.
Last name is necessary.
You know, like something else got leaked at the beginning of this.
Well, your fault. Your fault.
I know it's my fault. I'm already looking for the tweet while we talk.
Should have deleted. Okay, so
I'm looking for the tweet.
You brought up an interesting like point though, because you've been at the whole like online gaming, online scene for quite some time, and what like how do you feel like when you meet up with online friends and they call you by your gamer tag? Is this like a cringe, or is it like, hey, that me? Like, what's kind of like that mental thing? Because I know the reason I bring this up is because some people have different kind of like mental personas, or like the way they handle things. Like if you call me MPB, I kind of am able to like quantify who you are and how you know me.
Yeah.
If you call me Aaron, you're probably more personal with me. So like, what's that experience like for you?
Well, it's funny that you asked this right after SorryCon.
Yeah, because you were just listening on. Yeah,
like for people that might be listening on Spotify, if you guys don't know, there's a streamer by the name of Sorry, SORREY.
Check him out, really great guy.
Really great guy. One of my inspirations behind my content, and also a former guest on the podcast on an episode that was never recorded. But he organizes a meetup with his community, a lot of fellow streamers and a few community members, to come up to Toronto. I live in the GTA. It's easy for me to get here. It's called I just need to take a single bus. But a lot of people across North America will fly in for like a 4-day weekend, and we'll just shoot the shit, have fun, get drunk, eat a lot of food, and travel downtown like the whole weekend. Let's say this is being recorded July 7th. Canada Day / 4th of July weekend is when SorryCon was. How do I describe this? I was not the only Brandon there. The other Brandon is known by his name, Brandon. Right, Brandon Young Vlogs. Okay. That's like his whole online name. So for me, it was just easier for everybody to call me Trolley. And kind of to circle back to one of the first topics we talked about, Epic Troll 1210. I've talked about it before, but how it turned into Trolley. What was the fact that Sir Cocculus in chat, one of my best friends, Nick, was the only person to ever call me Trolley or Troll. And, like, everybody else would just call me Brandon because we had another Brandon in our friend group and we called him Scriver. At the end of the day, I just kind of got so used to the name Trolley that I'm like, you know what? It's going to stick. I like it. It could either be Trolley or Trolley, you know, like a shopping cart or whatever. And it still keeps the aspect of the troll name that I've grown so accustomed to, that I've never been ashamed of.
That's awesome.
So that's where Trolley came from, and of course Trolley's taken. So I added Z because if you type Trolley with an S, it looks really fucking weird. Trolley with a Z was taken, so I added 2 Zs. I literally said if there's anything past 2 Zs, I'm changing my name. And thankfully the second Z was not taken. So yes, ZZ. I'm Canadian. It's pronounced Z. To this day, it's still been Trolleyzz, but when I hit Twitch Partner eventually, I will be getting rid of the Zs on my name, and I'll just be Trolley because like nobody calls me Trolleyzz.
Yeah, that is fair because whenever people refer to you, they call you Trolley.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. Sometimes I think I have called you Trolleyzz. People do. I have. So
I get that, and especially on like first time meets. 20% of the time, like if I'm in somebody's chat, like as a first time child, they're like, "Oh, Trolleyzz."
Yeah,
like they'll pronounce the Z's, right? But most people just go Trolley. Like, you know, there's people from your community in chat right now. You don't call them by their full Twitch name. You'll call them by, you know, part of it.
Some of
right. I can give an example from mine. You know, Kayla Snack Lover. I don't call her that. I just call her Kayla. You know, Cat like Cash 1840. I just say Cat.
Yeah.
Right.
I feel like a lot of people in your community have really good compound names. Like really intense, like full names. But sometimes I like saying full names because I don't know, because I'm weird. I don't know. But
Alarian 458.
458. You know, you gotta add the numbers, the emphasis. Okay, So just because I'm curious, you have no problem with people calling Trolleyzz Trolley. Like, it doesn't bother you at all?
I could legally change my middle name to Trolley, and I would not care. Like,
okay,
I'm so used to being called it. It doesn't bother me whatsoever.
But
it helps me stand out.
Twitch-wise, when people call you Trolley, though, does it like you're like actually
no.
It's incorrect? No, it doesn't bother you. That's
okay.
Cool.
I've gotten so used to it. So a lot of people do call me Trolley at first glance. And you know, especially if you're from like the UK, for example, it's pronounced trolley. It's not trolley. But the moment you start seeing like the little bit of branding that I have with it, you realize it's a troll face, not a troll face. Right? I mean, unless you're once again from the UK, because some people do pronounce it troll. Because you can't pronounce RO. But yeah, no, I've just gotten so used to trolley. That either of those are fine, but if somebody is like hammering in on which one do I call you, I'll always say it's Troll-y.
Yeah, for sure.
Just because that's kind of where the branding is, and it just makes it easier for recognition. Because at the end of the day, as a streamer, you need to market yourself. And the way I do it to avoid copyright purposes, because the troll face is copyrighted.
Is it really?
I can't use it in any monetary gaining aspect. I cannot sell it on like a t-shirt. I'm pushing the boundaries with it, with having it as a sub emote. I had
no idea that it was copyright. That's crazy.
It is one of the it's one of the memes that gets flagged the most for copyright and trademarking.
Wow.
The person that created it has made millions from lawsuits.
That's bonkers. I had no idea.
Yep.
I'm not down with the youth, you know, with the meme culture. So, you know, this is all kind of new to me. I watched the ASDF movies when they first came out on YouTube, so that was kind of like all I kind of
They're not good anymore.
Yeah, they're not. A lot of things aren't funny anymore. I mean, it's because I'm getting older and like I just have issues. But like, I like trains. I'm like, all right, everyone fucking likes trains. Whatever.
like I could go back and watch ASDF movie 1 to 5, and I'll laugh. Yeah. Anything past, I think they're on like 14 or 15 now.
Are they? I thought they were done at 5. There's more after 5. Oh,
there's like fucking 15.
Oh my!
What's the channel name? Tom Sack or something like that?
To me. You're lying to me.
I'm gonna pull it up right now.
He's lying to me. There's no way there's more than 5. I thought they were finished at 5.
Sorry,
that's wild.
ASDF movie 14 is the most recent one from a year ago.
There's more. That's wild. Like I would have never known. Like half of my humor did not come from that. But I did watch it. And I was like, oh, funny. Hee hee ha ha.
I like trains.
I feel like most of my humor came from Newgrounds.
Okay.
You did Newgrounds, right? Was that your age range? I'm like 7 years older than you. I feel like I'm not, but like 5.
Yeah, you're 5 years older than me, boomer. But
a lot.
It's a little bit. It's half a decade.
Did Newgrounds exist? It still exists, but was it a thing popular when you were like in the internet, like in your like hype internet phase?
It wasn't something I was into.
That's fair. That's fair.
Like, I mean, if you can't tell by my obsessive tagging of Smosh.
Oh, trust me, I know. Through my deep dive, there were like 32 tags. It's very intense.
The other one that I tagged the most that you saw in the first photo was Minnesota Burns.
Heard. You love sport.
Minnesota Burns was one that I was like very active with trying to tag on Twitter.
Heard.
Just to get canceled.
Get that clout. Come on, clout.
Yeah, exactly. I was trying to get clout before I was an actual content creator. And funnily enough, with all of those tagging of the content creators and retweeting their tweets and posting their videos on fucking Twitter to my 4 followers, I got followed by somebody who I'm not really like, holy shit, it's a big deal anymore. It's more like, why the fuck did they follow me? Shane Dawson follows me on Twitter.
Wow, that's kind of a flex.
It was.
Yeah,
it was.
A lot of things have happened in the world. Yeah, that's fair.
Until he fucked his cat.
Well.
Yeah, but yeah, Shane Dawson follows me on Twitter. And he followed me during like the peak of his good content career. Like 4 years before the Jeffree Star stuff and makeup. This was when he was like making pretty funny skits. And I retweeted one of them, and it was about Dora the Explorer. And sure enough, I retweeted it like 2 minutes after the video went live and liked it. And it made a tweet because my Twitter was connected to my YouTube for some reason and posted every time I liked the video. And from there, I got a follow from Shane Dawson, and I was freaking out when I was like fucking 13 years old.
I'm famous. I made it. I did it, guys.
That's exactly it.
That's funny.
It's not a flex anymore.
Yeah, for sure.
Back in the day, it was definitely a flex. I went into school. I'm like, hey, Shane Dawson follows me, and the people that knew were just like, no way. And I pull it up on my phone. You see a screenshot of Shane Dawson with the verified checkmark follows you. I go to his page to show people. The biggest flex when I was in grade 8 and 9.
Come on, big flex. Come on, big flex. So
it's a big day.
Big day, my catchphrase. We're gonna swap over from Shane Dawson. I know you're really attached right now, based on all the conversations that we've had. So
I'm scared.
I want to ask you something that's really been heavy on my heart.
Of course.
Why are you always associated with the unicorn emoji? Like, what is that about? Like, it's a little cringe if you ask me, but really, just tell me, like, what's going on about that?
So I don't know. It's related to titty sprinkles.
It's like, all cyclical.
It's all together.
All together.
I don't get why. I genuinely think it was just to be a meme. It wasn't something that I used a lot. It was just something that was associated with me a lot.
Sure.
You know, kind of like the pleading face with the fingers touching, ooh woo. How like people just do it as a meme. I do it as a meme all the fucking time. I literally did it earlier today to my best friend.
Me?
Yeah.
He didn't.
Do you remember me sending it to you?
No, he didn't, because he hates me.
Yeah, and it must have been in my dreams. Lost in the mail. But like at the end of the day, it was just a meme, and I see it put in chat. Yes, my profile picture now is me and a kid's unicorn floaty with unicorn things on my arms. It
was also in the starting soon
sunglasses.
Screen. Yeah,
it was also the starting soon screen on this stream. Yeah. I just think it's the easiest thing to go to as a meme to make yourself look stupid, but not in a bad way. Like, I've dressed up as a Teletubby, I've dressed up as a maid, I've dressed up as Tina from Bob's Burgers. But I don't know. It's just like, you're not really going to catch me in a unicorn cosplay. But during the hot tub stream, when I was wearing all the unicorn stuff, I literally said I'll wear it for a level 5 hype train. And sure enough, we hit it. It was just funny.
Yeah.
It makes me look like a fucking moron, but it's funny. It's content.
It's good content. Yeah, it's just a good time. Yeah.
And I genuinely think that well before I actually started content creation, one of the things I've always, like, been happy that I'm able to do is make somebody laugh. I know I get it from my dad, because my dad was a clown for 18 years. Awesome. Like a professional clown for birthday parties and stuff like that. And awesome. my grandpa did it for almost 40 years. I'm not taking up the mantle of it. I've already told him that, but just because it's outdated now.
Sure.
But in reality, just like being that the light in the room, you know, the highlight of a room, being able to just entertain people naturally. I found I was able to do from like middle school on. Yes, I got bullied by most people, but for the core group of people that I stuck around, I was like the comedian. Right? I was the person that could make people laugh. And there is somebody in chat right now, Miss Creepy Eyes, you know, who calls me Titty Sprinkles.
Titty Sprinkles.
Can vouch as much as they like to poke fun at me. I was a person that could just always make people laugh, and it carried over into stream. That's why I stand behind the fact that if I can make one person smile, or if I can make one person laugh or brighten somebody's day with my stream, I've done my job, right? And streaming 7 days a week, it wasn't something that was taxing on me mentally. It was more the fact of, I don't know if I was able to do it every single day, but it got proven to me that I was able to, and I'm still able to this day. And that's why, honestly, I don't experience burnout like most people do. Like, I know a lot of people have been experiencing creator burnout over the past few months, especially over the past like 6. I haven't, and I don't know. I like picking up this part-time job really hurts me, and blah blah blah. And yes, I'm going down like a rabbit hole of conversations, because I do that a lot. But it all just kind of ties back to the fact that the entertaining aspect of content creation was what led me to streaming, and this is where I am now. But, you know, making fun of myself for being associated with stupid emojis like a fucking unicorn, it's just normal. Like, I don't know. I just feel like it's something that's directed towards me because I can take it, and it's just everybody does it. Once one person does it, everybody does it.
Well, I think in many regards it's very humanizing to take a lot of times, like when you have certain aspects of your life that could be detrimental, but you kind of handle it and you make it your own. And as a person who's seen a lot of your content creation journey over the past 2 years, we've been friends for quite a long time.
19-month resub just happened.
I know,
on your channel.
Pretty crazy.
Crazy.
But it is cool to see a lot of times what you've taken and what you've made your own and what you've personalized. And you've mentioned a couple things that I want to touch on really quickly in what you were saying. One, clowning is awesome. As a professional actor in film and theater, we were told when I went to theater school, which sounds pretentious, but it's not, that every actor should have the ability to clown, to juggle, to unicycle, all those things for physical comedy.
Really?
I can't. But that's awesome, and that's really cool that that's in your family. So honestly, relish in that, because that is really awesome.
I can't do any of the magic tricks. I can't blow up a balloon.
Okay, but it's cool. Like, that's part of your family. I think that's awesome. And then you kind of touched up on something that I want to ask you this question, and I want you to keep it as short and concise as you can.
Yeah.
What is your primary streaming motto or goal with your content? If you could summarize it like one sentence.
If I can make you chuckle, I've done my job.
It's fair. That's good.
I'm not a person that's gonna be like, oh yeah, my goal is to build the biggest community on Twitch. My goal is to make the most money. My goal is to be the most recognizable person. Nah. If I can make you chuckle, I've done my job with my content.
Awesome.
Simple. And I'll grow from there. And
I think everyone who listens to this podcast or has ever been a part of your content can say that every time someone participates in your channel, it's always a good time. There's always a moment of levity. There's always a moment, even if it's a serious situation, you always have a way to kind of bring the heart out of it, which is something, the reason why I've always considered you to be honestly a very big inspiration to me as a content creator too. So
I won't cry.
Don't cry. This is a podcast about you, so we're happy for you.
No, I'm gonna cry.
But the reason why I asked that question, on a serious note, before we get to a very, very funny note, what is some experiences you've had where you're like, I'm doing something with my content? Like, Gamer Supps was like a big thing for you, I feel like.
Yep.
But like, what are some other moments, including that you were like, maybe I am doing something? Because a lot of times it's hard to appreciate your journey because you're in it. So tell me a little bit about that process for you.
That's honestly a really good question.
Thank
and
you.
I want to start off with the Gamer Supps aspect. As a avid gamer who who was in the Call of Duty realm of gaming and FPS mainly, there's a lot of energy supplements out there. There's G Fuel, there's Advanced GG, there's Rogue, there's Sneak, there's all these other ones, but Gamer Supps was one that I had after G Fuel. I bought G Fuel for the hype. I was just like, it's all right. And then I bought Gamer Supps and I really liked it, and I wanted to try something else. I tried Advanced GG and I was like, and I just found myself going back to Gamer Supps. And it ties into your question, the fact that I talked about Gamer Supps so much before I even got affiliated, let alone partnered with them, that my community knew I genuinely stood behind it. It was one of the only partnerships I felt comfortable having. Not sponsorships, partnerships.
Yeah, partner, yeah. And
it showed, because my community pushed me from affiliate to partner in 4 days.
Oh, it was incredibly quick. No, I was so proud of you. Still am.
Nobody in Gamer Supps has been able to do that since. They actually had to change the requirements because of our community.
Wow, that's kind of that's a flex.
Little bit of flex. And now I'm not saying it's 100%. I'm not saying it's 100% guaranteed that they had to do that because of our community. But what our community did, as you know, on Twitch, there are people that there are people that are associated with the term juicers, people that are very financially involved in communities. And my community, I'm grateful to say that I have a few, but I don't call them juicers. I don't like to give the attention to the money aspect of what they do, because they are community members just like everybody else, and that doesn't make them better than anybody else. It's more the aspect of, in terms of the GamerSupps sponsorship or affiliation to partnership, 2 people really pushed it to the point where they alone did about 17 of the 25 orders I needed.
Oh, wow.
In 2 days. Because they wanted to see me get affiliate with them.
Yeah.
And then everybody else kind of came through as well and placed orders, and all of a sudden we were at like 29 after 4 days. And they're like, all right, well, we didn't expect it to be that fast. Here's your partner code. And now to this day, you know, March 9th is my partnership anniversary. March 5th is my affiliation anniversary. I just go with the partner anniversary now. Yeah, and GamerSupps has been one of the like most supporting things behind, you know, giveaways and stuff like that. They're always, you know, and communication with me. You know, they're the
a
reason
great
why
company
I'm able to have
altogether.
Cups.
Yeah.
Yeah, and like they were shitty at one point, but not with me there. It was like well before I even started drinking them.
Yeah.
And that's stuff that's like kind of public knowledge, but we push it to the side because it's not associated with the company anymore. But they are a company that doesn't have any, you know, negative aspect to them. As somebody who talks to people that are higher up, as somebody who could see the true colors of the company, it's the same, like, it's the same on the face value, I guess you could say, as it is behind the scenes.
Yeah.
And if anything, it's actually more kind of supportive behind the scenes than people give it credit for. But one of the other things I want to talk about with your question of like, when do I think?
Yeah, moments where you're like, I'm doing it. I'm making it, or doing well enough.
Yeah. This is still one that blows my mind to even be able to talk about, and it was more recent.
Okay.
The charity stream.
Oh, it was a really good stream.
I'm a person that doesn't like to accept compliments, accept positive feedback or anything like that because of the bullying aspect of what I've gone through. It's always been negative comments towards me, and that's all I've grown up on. I've gotten somewhat better with accepting positive compliments, but most of the time I just kind of meme it. I'm like, shut the fuck up. Like, but in reality, I genuinely mean it. Thank you to anybody who does say nice things about me, even though I'll tell you to shut the fuck up every time.
We love you.
Shut up. But two aspects from the charity stream are what made me really realize that, holy shit, I'm doing something here. Number one, being able to bring 15 of you amazing content creators on the stream to talk about your mental health. That's not on your stream. You being one of them, right? You were the opener to it.
Oh God, I wasn't. I
you
was the opener.
Now
that I remember, I was so anxious. But yeah, I don't know. Keep on going.
But like having 15, it was 16. Sadly, somebody had last minute emergency that came up. But having 15 of the best content creators I've ever fucking met.
Yeah. And
15 of the content creators who I am honored to call friends come onto my stream and bring awareness to mental health, to raise money for NAMI, to talk about a story or a situation that half of you have never even been vocal about before on your stream or on anybody else's stream. Like, to have that honor to say, you guys did that on our stream or on my stream for awareness, blew my fucking mind. And then the second aspect of that stream was raising $3,262 US.
Amazing.
For NAMI in 5 days, with 1,700 coming from the first day. It blows my mind to be able to say something like that. I do want to acknowledge this really quickly. I usually don't during a podcast, but BD Brent, thank you so much for the fucking raid, dude. This is going to be in the podcast. Everybody, welcome in from the raid. I'm going to be acknowledging all the follows, all everybody who chats as much as I could see it. I'm going to be acknowledging everybody at the end of this podcast after the recording is done. But yeah, we live record these for YouTube and Spotify. Currently, I am actually the guest on the podcast. Mr. Purple Broccoli, which should be this way, is the host for it. He is a former podcast guest. you guys want to see any of the former episodes, there's only 11 recorded, but this is technically episode 50 because 39 of them were never recorded. Go check out the YouTube. Go check out Spotify. You can go listen to them. MPB was the 3rd ever guest. Sadly, his episode was not recorded, but
why do you do another one?
We do need to do another one. I will deep dive because I never deep dived.
No, don't. Please don't.
But yeah, if you come into the raid, make sure to stick around for a little bit. We're gonna be raiding out here in about 40 to 45 minutes.
Good.
But in the last like 5 minutes of stream, I'm gonna be thanking everybody for coming in and saying thank you for all the follows. And BD Brent, I'm gonna kiss you on your hot mouth, you bitch. Yeah. Other than that, make sure to ask any questions that you might want me to answer in chat, and we might be able to get to them. But MPB's got like a little bit of a script. MPB.
Oh, okay.
The Nami stream was the stream that kind of like there was other streams. I've done other charity streams, and you know, last year with Nami being the annual charity that I do, like that I raised money for in May, Mental Health Awareness Month. Raised $415 last year, which still is, you know, $415 is better than nothing.
Oh,
right?
Yeah.
It's better than zero, and it's fucking phenomenal.
Absolutely.
That I'm still able to say I've donated almost $4,000 to charity. October, this is one last charity talk part. Out of 40 streamers, I believe, through the twerk team now called Love Over Hate, we were raising money for why am I blanking on the name? Gamers. It's not Gamer Advantage because that's the glasses. Yeah, I can't remember the name, but I know what they do. They basically provide gaming consoles and therapy to kids that are stuck in hospitals for treatment.
Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome.
I can't remember the exact Gamers Outreach. Thank you.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Sori was the one that organized it with his whole community and his whole Twitch team that we've built. And as somebody who was quote unquote, and I hate using this term, smaller compared to most of the other content creators, like I'm still up and coming compared to a lot of them, we raised the second most amount.
Oh,
like
that's
the person that raised the most was Sori, as like, you know, the ringleader of the whole campaign. But I'm honored to say that we raised over $2,000 ourselves. I don't have an exact total, sadly, but through all the donations that we were able to kind of like just spitball in our head, we raised over $2,000 for Gamers Outreach in a week, when it wasn't even my charity campaign. And that's what kind of told me what we could do for Nami, and then even that blew my expectations out of the water. So knowing that, you know, the community I've built so far has the power to do something like that and change people's lives, let alone my own, is still something I can't accept. Like in a way that, like, I don't know how to describe it. It's just something that I still can't 100% wrap my head around.
Well, I think, and it's 43,000 apparently.
43,000 total for Gamers Outreach.
Yeah. And I will say, for all the charity streams you've done, but Nami specifically, because I was a part of it, and I think this is a testament to you, even if you accept it or not. You have such a big impact on so many people's lives, from all of your community to other communities. I think you've done a really good job of establishing the type of guy you are. You can't only hear me, but he's making a face at me. It's a very cute face. It's a very Titty Sprinkles face.
Stream can also see the face.
Well, this is, you know, if we're recording it, so, you know, who knows?
Oh yeah. Yeah, so
See?
yeah, if you're
Big
listening
brain.
on Spotify, make sure to tune into the streams.
But no, but seriously, you have such a, this is gonna sound really cheesy, but I'm a cheesy guy. You invited me here, but you have such a light to you, bud. Like, and you really have such a good energy. And yeah, sometimes you say some goofy shit, but that's kind of what is impactful, because you're so real. You're an honest to God just guy. And you say what you mean, you say what you believe. And I think that's awesome. And I think it is represented in in all of your charity stuff. So I think you should definitely be proud.
Thank you.
If you don't take the compliment, it's okay. But I said it, so that means it's real. But that's awesome. And I appreciate you sharing all that with me, because it, as a third party kind of watching in on you, seeing your streaming journey has been really cool. From seeing you just coming out of affiliate to, you know, doing all these cool collabs and content creation journeys. So it's been really awesome. So with that being said, on a more levity moment, I have a segment that I created for your stream called.
For fuck's sakes, I'm scared. What is it?
Called Explain That Pic. So I'm gonna have.
You can't say you created this when I've done it.
I've created. No, it's all in PB. I've created.
Literally, Tilly is in chat. I did this to Tilly.
No, who knows Tilly? I've never even met a Tilly.
I've never met Tilly.
Never met a Tilly. I've never heard of a shop or any past
Tilly
guest.
who?
Although I watched every single YouTube podcast Trolleyzz has made, so I could kind of understand how this went. Oh, and just let me let you know, there's gonna be a 10 questionnaire at the end, just like you did to me. So don't worry, it's all cyclical. This is called spite and scorn. So I'm just rageful because when we did it the first time, he was like, "How many lampposts are in Kansas?" And I was like, "Fucking 10." And Trolleyzz was like, "Idiot.
No,
It's 2,302. So don't worry.
And here's the worst part. I have trivia after this podcast.
Well, you're going to get more. There's 10 questions. But before that happens, let's do our explain this picture. Now, I will try to describe them so that way people who are just listening can kind of understand.
Okay.
You are going to have to look at your stream because I'm not going to stream share because
I'm trying to make sure that there's the least amount of delay possible.
Okay. Well, the first one is up. I'm going to put it over me because it's unimportant.
Oh,
so
for fuck's sake.
In this picture, you are wearing some cool headphones. You got a banana taco shell on your head. What's going on in this picture? You got like 10 seconds.
Okay, honestly, wish I had that Herschel hat still on the table because that was one of my favorite hats. I still wear those headphones to this day. This was when I worked at a company called Get Assist. This was the company I did straight commission sales at. This was after about 6 shots of tequila in 30 minutes.
Oh, God.
At first time ever being at a Mexican restaurant. Yep. And I was with my manager and our team lead, who team lead's a dickhead, but he's the one that paid for the shots. Yeah, I saw this taco hat. I put it on. I posed.
Time. You never been to a Mexican restaurant until prior to this moment?
Yeah, and I was no beard in this photo, and I was 19.
Wow.
Turning 20.
Okay, moving forward. Oh, you have 30 seconds, and I will help explain. This is a collage of our dearest Trolleyzz. He is doing the Gangnam style dance. Can he still do it? No, he can't. He's leaving. He's done. This is a good picture, by the way. So let me kind of explain what's going on. Trolleyzz, the content creator person that we love, he actually is one of the first people to ever do this dance. So kind of tell us. He hates me. He's very upset with me. Tell us a little bit about what this means to you. Can you still do it?
Oh, no. So I was like 14, 13 in this collage. This was made by my buddy, Matt. And I know Matt sent you this because he's the only one that actually has this photo.
It's very, very good picture.
Very, very good pictures. This is when I wanted to be a content creator and I tried to record YouTube videos from my phone. I was doing the Gangnam style dance. As you can see, there is some quotes on the photo. If you are listening audible-wise, I will say that there's the word party on my crotch. There's the word wild child on my ass. There's Rager on a photo that looks like it was made on a Nokia flip phone. There's a zoom in of my face that says epic. And I'm wearing a tuxedo t-shirt.
Very handsome.
There's the video of this has been deleted.
No!
But Matt has it saved on his computer.
Matt!
The only reason why it's not on this podcast, and this is the only thing I've been told about, is because he's currently in Paris on vacation.
The French!
And this photo was in his cloud, and that's the only reason why we have it. And I got warned about it, and I thought that you weren't going to use it.
Oh, for sure.
But you did.
Okay, so I'm going to give you extended time. Can you still do the dance? Like, is it possible? Do you still know the moves?
Not for free.
That's a tough question. For another sub. Well, look, I think
I will recreate that video by the end of the summer when I set up a goal.
Bet. All right, you've heard it here.
But it's going to be a high goal. It's going to be like a PC goal or TwitchCon goal.
Easy. All right, Spotify, YouTubers, Twitch chat. Listen, we're gonna make this happen. We need to see it. I will help. I will fly to him to make this happen.
You're already here. What do you mean? You're in my room.
I'm in his room. We're doing it together. I actually don't know the dance. Okay, moving forward. Explain this picture. What is Canada 150? What does that even mean?
Oh, for fuck's sake!
And why do you look so handsome laying down?
I am going to kick Monty's ass. I swear to God.
You love laying down on tree stump. Like, tell me.
I am wearing a $5 Canada Day T-shirt.
You love Canada.
With a beaver on it. I'm wearing a zip-up hoodie and shorts that I still have in my closet. And white socks with black shoes. Fashion statement. This was at Canada's Wonderland. This was when I was like 16.
Canada has a Wonderland? It's like a theme park?
It's a theme park. It's the biggest theme park in Canada.
We have Dollywood here in the south of the United States. We'll swap.
We also have the biggest roller coaster in North America, I believe. Oh, wow. Actually, I think Canada's Wonderland is the biggest theme park in North America.
Oh, hell yeah.
Because Disneyland and Disney World don't count as a theme park.
Wow.
Or like an amusement park. They count as like other shit, I believe. I don't know. Quote me or correct me if I'm wrong. But this photo, Canada 150, it was 150th Canada Day. Something that not many people celebrate now because of all the bullshit that's going on in Canada, and just like how 4th of July doesn't get celebrated that much now because of all the bullshit that's happening in Canada. In America. But yeah, I posed on this log on this tree stump. That's not the worst photo that came out of this trip. Thank God that you got this one.
I have a spicier one, but I didn't put it on here, so don't worry.
I have skipped leg day to this day, but this photo really shows it with my chicken legs. And yes, it's babyface Trolley. This was, like I said, like grade 10.
You've convinced me. Moving forward, these are speed runs. All right, so tell us about your deep bottle dick throatin'. I was told to ask you that specifically in that verbiage. So tell me, like, apparently this is a norm. Everyone who's not really paying attention, Trolleyzz does this with all bottles. He takes a bottle and sticks it very far in his mouth. Now, kind of tell me why this is a thing you do and for what reason. And how do you feel when you do it? Podcast. You invited me, here I am. I'm hosting.
Yeah, you're hosting. Thank you, MPB, for being an amazing host. And everybody make sure to follow MPB on all of his socials.
Don't. So what's the story here? Don't evade me. You have 10 seconds.
I'm not evading you. This is when I was delinquent. I was of legal age. Hint, hint, wink, wink for any authorities listening. Deep throating a Smirnoff Ice bottle that was way too girthy for my throat. Gross. I took the top of the bottle, shoved it in my mouth just like so.
Hey! He did it.
This one made me gag. Oh. It's the first time I've ever done it. That's gonna be the only time I ever do that on stream. Actually, no, I've done it with the Buffalo whiskey.
I do it literally all the time. So it's funny when I saw this because I don't have any bottles on me, but I do the same thing. I'll go ooh, all the time. Like, I don't know why. It's just fun. I like the sound it makes, not for necessarily the physical action. Oh. So it's funny that you did the same thing.
So just to wrap up on this photo, if you guys have ever seen a 1-liter bottle of Smirnoff Ice, you know how girthy it is. Yeah, I have since tried to recreate this photo as a joke and it failed miserably.
We'll make it happen.
So yeah. Also, to peep the acne on my arm.
No, that's called a mole. Moving forward. All right, this is your first ever.
How many more do you have?
A lot. Just like I said, speed run, 30 seconds each. Really, you're going over time. I'm just humoring you. Okay, this is your first ever Instagram photo. You probably deleted previous ones. You have a Guy Fawkes mask.
No, that was my first ever.
Okay, well, you have a Guy Fawkes mask on. I love the movie V for Vendetta. But what is the story behind your first ever photo on Instagram?
See, this one I'm not really embarrassed about. Never watched the movie.
Oh!
I bought the mask. I bought the mask from a person off a marketplace. I bought 5 of them for me and my buddies when I was like 15. A lot of this stuff is like high school. And I know I'm wearing a black hoodie here with green drawstrings, but I put it in black and white because it looked stupid while it was in color. I did this because I didn't really want to have a social media post with my face on it because at the time I still hated how I looked. So this was even though people knew what I looked like that were following me, I wasn't really a person that posted on Instagram.
Fair. So moving forward, he's handsome. Posting. Guy Fawkes was cool. All right, this is a relatively recent one. I literally grabbed it recently. So very quickly, summarize what's going on in this very beautiful picture. It's a pink. He's wearing a very cool hat. He's smiling very attractively and charmingly for anyone who can't see it. So that's what's going on. So tell us about it.
You grabbed this from Sorry Stream. All right, this photo is of me last weekend. This was during the Canada Day SorryCon celebration we did. We were on a boat cruise. And one person had a Canada Day hat that they're just like, hey, everybody wear this and we'll take a photo. And this is that's my photo.
Say less. You've convinced me.
That's it. That's
Explain pic. In this picture, Dearest Trolleyzz is posing next to a very large fan with his arm behind his head and making a very attractive face. Explain what's going on. Chat must know.
When in the fuck did I take this?
Well, wouldn't you like to know? Explain. 30 seconds on the clock. I'm a person
that just takes meme photos all the time. Fun fact, that's the fan behind me.
It's huge in this picture.
That's on my drawer. Or on my clothing drawer thing. When the fuck did I take this?
Well, explain. What's going through your head looking at it?
I'm losing a friend today. I did this also as a meme. As you know, because you have me on Snapchat, I take a lot of stupid photos. I zoom in on my face for pretty much every single Snapchat.
Very cool.
But back in the day, it was always just filters and stupid posing, and this is one of them. And I don't know why I did this. This is while I was also working at that sales job. This was right after I was done work, and this is where I used to live. And you could tell that I have still not learned how to pull up my fucking pants.
Handsome, attractive, enough for me. Moving on. I explained this superhero pose. Now, in this picture, Trolleyzz is looking to the sky, ready to save the day. What's going on here? Speedrun, 10 seconds, no more.
I was playing darts, I was chalking, Monty was there because she wanted to hang out, and I posed because I was in the middle of chalking, and I said, fuck it, I'm just going to pose for this photo, and I couldn't grow my beard at the time.
Alright, so this is an old one.
That's an old one.
In this picture coming up, Trolleyzz is young on the far right. He's a child. He's literally a child. He's a trophy. He's won something. Brandon, what did you win? What big award did you acquire? I don't care about the other people. I don't need their information. But what did you win when you were a little...
A participation award from darts.
Well, that's sad. Well, that's sad.
Very much.
Sad.
Actually, no. That was high score in the league.
Oh, okay.
The pink one that I have was participation from that year. I have those trophies up in my closet, I believe, still.
Just in case everyone who is watching and not listening, let me pull this up a little larger. I'll put it over my face. On the far right is where you can see our very lovely
I was in a red Spider-Man t-shirt, and the person in the hat was my dart partner, my doubles partner, Chris, and he got MVP.
Did you just say Spider-Man? Spider-Man! Spider-Man!
Yes, I was the red shirt kid.
Moving forward.
Loki had a crush on the girl.
No, we don't need that information. Explain!
I'm scared.
It's a picture of Brandon. He looks demented. 30 seconds on the clock. Go.
I hate you so much.
Very good at what I do.
Snapchat filter, put too many effects on it, and found almost a perfect position to make me look the stupidest I could.
You look very handsome. Moving forward, this is speedrun. Alright, now this is a three-parter. Alright, everyone pay attention. No. Look at this face. This face is done constantly. Why do you make this lip face in almost 80% of your photos? Why? For anyone who's curious, it's like the big duck lip face. I don't know how to describe it, but you make it constantly. I had so many people send me pictures of you making this face at parties, at social gatherings, at, I guess, school. It's just, why do you do this?
I don't make this face anymore, but I've kind of changed it to just the double chin. Like,
okay, let me show you.
Like, I've changed it to that photo that you saw from SorryCon last weekend. Yes, I'm trying to touch my nose with my tongue.
Do it now. Do it right now. Let me see. A failure. I can't do it.
I know, it's a failure. But, I don't know. I'm a person that's never been able to take a normal pic.
Fair. That's fair.
I feel like I always have to make a face in pictures. I mean, you're pulling up that second one. That makes me literally look like a 2-ton Teletubby. But, yeah. I mean, I'm just not a person that likes to make a normal face in photos because I don't really like how I look, and I'm still self-conscious about how I look. But yeah, you know, I stream with a webcam, so I've kind of just, I don't know. I won't say I've gotten confident.
You're not a VTuber, so you know. Yeah. You could have changed that. Well, look, that's all the photos I have, but I wanted.
Fuck.
I had other ones that I didn't use, but I want to say those are all, I think, fine and fun. But yeah, deep dive into your, you know, your history of making the duck face ? I just, what a passionate person you are. Okay.
I hate life. I hate life.
We're gonna, because I know we have only a little bit of time left, so we're gonna start wrapping up.
20 minutes.
Yeah, we're gonna start wrapping up. So, I have one question before we do your speed round of your last 10 questions. I know it's a good one. No, this is a sweet one. This is like a wholesome one.
My cheeks hurt so much.
Well, that ain't my fault. Which cheeks, top or bottom? Anyways,
you can hurt the bottom, but my top are hurting.
So this is a wholesome question, and at the time of recording of this or in shooting this, Trolleyzz had just recently hit 3,000 followers. I think that's really awesome. That's a really big deal. I also just recently hit 3,000. It's kind of funny.
Congratulations!
Congratulations to you as well.
To you.
My question is what is some general advice or things you've learned from your content creation journey that you would offer somebody who is like, I'm gonna be a streamer? Like, what's kind of like some advice you'd really want to give? An honest advice.
Honest advice. All right, first off, congratulations to you on 3K. You're a fucking dickhead, but you have done this podcast. Like, you've blown this out of the water. You've made this fucking incredible. You've made me proud, and the fact that you've taken inspiration for what I do with the podcast, and I can see that you have, makes me happy to know that my podcast actually, you know,
it's great.
Has a good effect on people.
You kill it.
Thank you for this. Thank you for being an amazing host. To answer your question. Oh, fuck. I can't stop laughing. To answer your question, I'll give 3 pieces of advice to people who are just trying to start off to be a streamer.
Sure.
One of them comes from Ludwig, and I wish I knew it before I started, but I could still answer it like right away. Why do you want to be a streamer? If there's kind of like 3 questions you should be able to answer. It's why do you want to be a streamer? How are you going to do it? What are you going to stream? If you can't answer those 3 questions, you should not stream.
Fair. It's a fair statement.
Until you can answer those 3 questions confidently with your chest, you should not stream. The second thing is, like, I'm not going with the cliche answers. I'm going with like the real ones because you'll hear the cliche ones from everybody else. The second one is, don't be afraid to try new things. Like, the worst that's gonna happen is you drop in viewership, but numbers literally don't fucking matter. Like, the only thing that they quote unquote matter for is sponsorships and partnerships. And even then, most of the companies that you're gonna reach out to, or most of the companies that are going to reach out to you have bullshit stuff to their metrics that don't matter. So don't stream if you want to focus on the numbers. Like, that's kind of the second thing. Do not let the numbers affect you. Like, you know, kind of little side tips to that is like stream with your viewer count off.
Yeah.
Don't look at your like analytics all the fucking time. Like, yeah, I'm a person that enjoys numbers, and I'm a person who also learns from my stream recap. But those are really the only numbers I look at. Like, I'll see my sub count every once in a while. I'll see my follower count every once in a while. I'll see my viewer count while I'm live. Like, right now, I have to watch my stream.
You do, because I'm in charge.
See the photos, right? And like, yeah, I see my viewer count. Fucking, I'm honored to have that viewer count. Even if that viewer count was fucking 5, I would still be honored to have 5 people watching.
Sure.
Right? Because at the end of the day, I've gotten to the point where, and it's something that every streamer will experience, and this is number 3, is don't get comfortable, but know your worth. Don't get comfortable where you're at, because if you do, you will either just plateau or you will start dropping. Like, you will hit your peak the moment you start getting comfortable. Knowing your worth is more in the aspect of, a lot of streamers will say, always remember your first viewer, always remember how it felt when you had your first 3. Right, and people are always going to be grateful and appreciative of every single follower, every single viewer that they have, and I am the exact same way. the reason why I say know your worth is there are different brackets on Twitch when it comes to viewer count. Following count does not mean anything.
Yeah.
Numbers don't mean anything. But at the end of the day, we get stuck in brackets as streamers. There is the 0 to 3 viewer count, the 3 to 5, 5 to 10, 10 to 15, 15 to 25, 25 to 30, which is the hardest to get out of. And then like 30 to 50, 50 to partner push of 75. Like, these are just viewer brackets that every single streamer will experience. Knowing your worth means know what bracket you're in and figure out, and this is why you don't get comfortable, how to get out of it. And for me, I have been at the 20 to 25 for a few months now, and I am still trying to experiment, figure out, and try new things to potentially launch me to my next bracket of 25 to 30 or 30 to 40 even, like even make it a sub bracket. Just because not my be all end all goal, but one of my goals is to hit Twitch partner, and to do that I have to grow, and I know that, and I understand that, and that's why I won't get comfortable no matter where the fuck I am. But I also understand I'm at like a 25 viewer average. I appreciate about a 25 viewer average, but I'm not getting comfortable at a 25 viewer average.
Yeah.
And I feel like that is one of the things that not a lot of streamers talk about, not a lot of streamers are honest about, because yes, even if I'm at 5 viewers, I know I'm doing something wrong. But I'm also going to appreciate the 5 viewers that are there.
For sure. It's that mix between aspiring for more but being grateful for where you're at, which is something that's always difficult in any type of field you're in. And you put it very well. Like, as an actor myself, you know, you're always looking forward to the next role, but you have to take a moment to step back and be like, I did these past roles too. Like, these have happened. And for your content creation, your streaming journey, as a person who's been there watching you kind of through the whole thing, you kind of embody that, and seeing you grow has been really awesome, as touching on what we talked about earlier. So those are all really great advice. If you are a content creator who is listening to this, you want to start content creation, Trolleyzz.
Yeah, I'll recap it really quick. Know your why, what, and how for streaming. Why are you streaming? What are you going to stream, and how are you going to do it? Because like your equipment doesn't fucking matter. The second thing being, fuck, I forgot my second piece of it.
Wow.
Don't overanalyze. Kind of like that's kind of wrapping
numbers
up
bad.
Don't overanalyze your numbers.
Don't be comfortable.
Don't focus on them, because your numbers aren't your worth on Twitch. Or on anything in general. And number 3 is don't get too comfortable where you are. Understand where you are. Know your self-worth, and figure out how you're gonna get to that next tier or next level of what you want to achieve as a streamer or as a content creator. And kind of there's one little last one I want to throw in.
A small one.
Burnout is a very real thing. Focus on your mental health. Take care of your mental health, because you come first. No matter how hard it might be to accept that, your mental health and yourself, yourself always comes before your community. But your community will always understand and be there for you when you actually need to take that time.
That's great advice to give. Mental health is important, and touching back, because this is a podcast, it's cyclical. You know, Nami was a thing. Mental health awareness is very important, and content creation can be very taxing. Any type of creation can be taxing, because at the end of the day, your ultimate critic is usually yourself.
You gotta be your like worst critic and your biggest fan at the same time.
Yeah, because if you don't love what you do and you don't like what you put out, then you need to change something. Yeah,
if you don't like it, who else will?
Exactly. And that's all great advice. So if any of you listening or watching want to do content creation, really listen to what Trolleyzz said, because that's all really great advice to have. So look, I
have really bad I have really bad fucking pit stains right now. I just saw it in the cam.
No, I don't. I
do. My pit stains, or my fucking right arm is terrible. It looks like a kumquat.
No, that you put that there. For anyone,
I did.
You put that there.
Sprayed water.
It's aesthetic. So look, I know we need to wrap up soon. So let's go ahead and get to our last final questions. These are like the final buzz questions, because for anyone who has never watched a Trolleyzz Brandon stream, Trolleyzz is an asshole, and a dick, and a villain, and asks questions that no one knows. I recently did Jeopardy with Trolleyzz, And Trolleyzz was an asshole and asked me 100 questions about Canada. So,
yep,
I have 10 questions that are loosely Canada related.
I was about to say, are they American?
So I'm gonna keep you homeland, baby. But eat my ass, it's time. So let's do our final 10.
Before we start, I got a question for you.
Hit me.
Have you watched my trivia from the recorded episodes?
From you talking about the ones that are on YouTube?
Yeah, and Spotify, which you guys can check out at any time. Yeah, but have you watched and listened to the answers of those trivia questions?
No. I always quit right before you did your final question, in case I ever came back, because I wanted to be fair.
Well,
no!
Purple broccoli.
No!
I would like to challenge you if we have enough time.
But let's go. I think we have time.
My questions.
Come on. Oh, after your question? Okay.
After you ask me, right. If we have time, I will ask you. I'll pull up the document right now.
Bet. Okay. So I only have 10 for you.
Yeah.
I think that's the norm.
That's all right.
Fine. So the first question I have, and this is lightning round, so you got to get it really quick. The first question is people who
should I put it into emote only like I normally do? People in chat cannot give answers.
Just don't look at your chat. Just don't be a cheater.
I literally have my chat up on 3 different fucking monitors, MPB.
Look at my face. My face is way more important than the people who love and support you. I'm kidding.
I can do it.
Okay, do what you need to. But this.
I'll put it in emote only.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Okay. Your first question is: the people who have cryophobia are afraid of what?
Oh fuck. Oh, how is this related to Canada?
Wouldn't you like to know?
I don't. It can't be the cold. You're doing the same rule as me. Whatever answer I say confidently is what you'll take.
What I'll take.
Okay. The cold.
Okay. Okay. Question number 2. What were the early settlers of New Brunswick and Nova Scotia who spoke French called? Canada.
Huh?
What were the early settlers of New Brunswick and Nova Scotia who spoke French called?
Get Newfies. I don't know.
Bet. When was Canada founded? I will take part credit for this if you struggle.
Ah, it's 1860. 1864. I don't know why that's screaming to me. 1864.
Okay. All right. You want to guess a month and a date? Like a specific day?
Fuck you, no!
Okay.
Wait, July 1st.
Well, yeah. Yeah, that's not bad. Okay. Yeah, obviously Canada. Not bad. Okay.
I was like, wait a minute.
Moving forward. Which defunct Canadian department store had the slogan, "The lowest price is the law"?
Loblaws?
How many oceans does Canada border?
3.
Which biome does not exist within Canada?
I don't know what biomes are.
Well, you should have studied when you went to school.
No, Minecraft, desert biome.
Interesting. I'm bad at like pretending. In which region is Canada's largest mall located?
Which region? Like which province?
Yeah.
Alberta. It's West Edmonton Mall. If you want a little extra, bonus point for me.
What globally adored board game was invented in Canada?
Monopoly.
The United States, that's where I live. The United States' #1 pet dog breed comes from Canada. What is this breed?
Can you repeat the question?
Yes. The United States' #1 pet dog breed comes from Canada. What is this breed?
Pit bulls.
Last question. It's super easy. What episode of the podcast is this? And where can we find you? What's coming up for you? Can you give us a little detail about what's going on for Trolleyzz?
I hate you so much.
It's the easiest question. You can't get it wrong.
This is technically podcast episode 50. It's the 11th recorded one for Spotify and YouTube. Spotify under the Troll Talk podcast. YouTube under Trolleyzz, same as my Twitch, Trolley with 2 Z's at the end. It's the first thing you'll see when you go to my page because I have it in a playlist. That is the first thing that you'll see. A little bit about myself. I fucking hate MPB for this, but love him at the same time. I'm on a trivia show right after this stream that if I win, I'll be going on to the finale.
Let's go.
Tomorrow, I'm sponsored by HelloFresh Canada. I'm doing tomorrow as in July 8th. Which, if you're listening on Spotify and YouTube, that will already be passed. So let's talk about next week for people listening. I am going to be on an anime talk show / podcast on Tuesday, July 12th. I'm also going to be doing a War Thunder sponsorship on the 12th. I run a podcast weekly on Thursdays that you are currently listening to. My dad's getting married on the 16th. Yeah. There's nothing really special to me. There's just special to a lot of people around me. So I do something different every single stream. If that intrigues you, consider dropping a follow on the Twitch.
Hell yeah. Check Trolleyzz out. Trolley out. Apparently I'm the only person that calls you with the Z.
Trolleyzz.
But great time. Let me tell you which ones you got wrong, which ones you got right, because, you know, you're a bully, so I'm going to do the same. Cryophobia is the fear of ice or cold. You got that right.
Let's go! Thank you, Robert.
The second question is, what were the earlier settlers in New Brunswick and Nova Scotia who spoke French called?
Clue.
Acadians. Wrong.
Yeah.
When was Canada founded? You were close. It is, of course, July 1st, but it was 1867, so I'm going to give you a half point.
Fuck you!
I'm going to give you half point because you know your own day.
Which
now defunct Canadian department store had the slogan, "The lowest price is the law" at one point? It was Zellers.
Zellers doesn't exist anymore!
Yeah, at one point.
Fuck!
Yeah, eat shit. How many oceans does Canada border? It was 3. You got that correct.
I know that.
Which biome does not exist within Canada? It's actually a tropical rainforest. The desert does exist. Sorry, friend. In which region is Canada's largest mall located? You were correct. It is Edmonton.
Yeah, West Edmonton Mall.
What globally adored board game was invented in Canada? It was actually Trivial Pursuit, not Monopoly.
Interesting.
It was Trivial Pursuit.
Because there's Trivial Pursuit Canada, so you wouldn't think that unless you just know it.
The game was in fact created in Canada. The U.S.'s #1 pet dog breed that comes from Canada. The breed is actually a golden retriever.
That was my second guess.
Yeah, it's a golden retriever.
I don't know why Pitbull was yelling at me.
Yeah, for whatever reason, golden retrievers were the #1. And the last question you got right. So you got 4
out of 10.
4.5. 4.5 out of 10.
Almost passed.
So, congratulations. For 10 questions, you did really well. I feel like that's not bad.
MPB.
Oh, God. No, not me.
I got 12 questions for you.
That's too many. Okay, hit me. Okay, hit me.
All right, chat's going back into emote only because it's going to be how we wrap up the podcast. I'm taking my hosting privilege back.
Okay, fair.
And MPB, when you come on the podcast as a guest again, I will have a whole different set of trivia for you.
I know.
What sport do the Harlem Globetrotters play?
What did you just say to me?
What sport do the Harlem Globetrotters play?
Basketball.
What is the highest grossing holiday movie of all time?
Elf.
What does the term GPU stand for?
Graphic Processor Unit.
Which painter is known for cutting off his own ear?
Oh! Picasso!
How many balls are on a pool table at the start of a game?
Oh, God, it's 15.
Which animal breathes out of its butt?
What?
What animal breathes out of its butt?
Is it a mammal?
I'll give you a hint. It's not an insect. Insects do not count.
I don't know why.
Apparently, there's like 3 insects.
I'm just going to say kangaroo. Kangaroo.
What is the perfect score in a game of 10-pin bowling?
In bowling? Oh, no!
What is the perfect score?
I played Wii Sports! I should know! It's a fucking big number. It's 250... No, it's 300! It's 300 on the dot.
What is James Bond's preferred drink of choice?
Oh, easy. It's a martini shaking.
It's an old-fashioned.
Right.
If you were born on Christmas Day, what is your star sign?
I should know this. It's not Sag. Is it Sag? It's Sag. Sagittarius.
In what book series does Neville Longbottom appear? And no, it's not that photo you pulled up of me with the trophy.
It's Trolleyzz childhood movie extravaganza. No, it's Harry Potter.
What is the first element on the periodic table?
Dick cheese.
I want an actual element.
Girl, I don't know. That's from middle school. I remember gold and silver, AU and AG. Okay. I don't know what else. AU.
What year was the first iPhone released? I'll give it to you within one.
2007.
I'm not giving you the rest because they're not catered to you. That's your 12 questions. Do you think you beat my 4.5?
Hell no.
You got 4.
Hell no.
You got 4.
Okay,
let's go through it.
Give me a half because I gave you a half.
There was no half that I could give you here. What sport did the Harlem Globetrotters play? Basketball.
Oh, guessed.
What is the highest grossing holiday movie of all time? It's Home Alone.
That's yeah.
What does the term GPU stand for? It is not graphics processor unit. It's graphics processing unit.
I could literally kill you.
I can't give it to you.
Half.
What? Nope. Which painter is known for cutting off his own ear? It is Van Gogh. It's not.
Fuck!
Picasso.
I was wrong.
How many balls are on a pool table at the start of a game? It's 16. You forgot the cue ball. Which animal breathes out of its butt? It's a turtle.
Yeah, well.
What is the perfect score in a game of 10-pin bowling? You almost scuffed up the answer. It is 300.
Hey!
James Bond preferred drink of choice is an old-fashioned. I mean martini. If you were born on Christmas Day, what is your star sign? I am a Sagittarius. I am not born on Christmas Day. It is a Capricorn.
Fuck, that's right. Sag.
What book series does Neville Longbottom appear? It is Harry Potter. What is the first element on the periodic table? It is hydrogen. There is a song about it.
Yeah, whatever.
Hydrogen and helium, lithium, beryllium.
Didn't learn the song. I literally muscle memoried that shit, so.
And when was the first iPhone released? 2007.
I got it right? I'm a Samsung boy. I've always used either Blackberries or like Samsung, so I'll take that as a big win for me. Also, I've realized I haven't looked at the camera most of this episode, so whatever.
That's okay.
YOLO.
That's okay. Congratulations. You got 5 out of 12, and I got 4.5 out of 10. I have a better ratio. Get fucked.
Well, I feel like, about the same, honestly. Well, look, I feel like we're both winners. I just wanted to say.
I think we are.
Because I know we're wrapping up.
We're wrapping up.
Big thank you for having me host your solo-esque podcast. It was so much fun. Thank you for trusting me with your stream, your content, and your chat and your podcast. That really means a lot to me. No, I'm keeping it. I am Trolleyzz. But seriously, really, thank you so much for trusting me with this. It was so much fun. All listeners or anyone in chat, thank you so much for dealing with me. I know I'm kind of a lot. But it really does mean a lot to me to have this moment to really kind of celebrate this beautiful man here, and honestly, just a really great friend of mine. We've kind of been through a lot together, and seeing our journeys together and separate have been really amazing. So, look, thank you so much again, friend. Thank you, everyone listening. I guess this is where I just ask you any final comments, questions, concerns, or words of wisdom.
I mean, I kind of wrapped up who I am, and I want you to kind of say what you're, what you're up to before we wrap up everything, before we end this recording and then raid out. But, yeah, I'm about to be on a trivia show for people listening in chat right now. I see a bunch of you guys popped in, followed first-time chatters. A bunch of people came in through a raid. We're going to acknowledge that all after the podcast here in about 2 minutes. But when it comes to me, every single stream is something different. If you guys don't know who I am, even though you're on my stream, that's kind of funny. But yeah, I used to stream 7 days a week. Now I stream like 4 days a week because I picked up a part-time job to pay off debt for TwitchCon. What are we doing? Tomorrow, Friday, we have a HelloFresh sponsorship, and we're doing Fall Guy Community Customs, which Mr. Purple Broccoli might be bringing his community in on, along with a couple other streamers who have reached out to me. Castle, Bravo might be doing it as well, and if you guys want to join, feel free to do so. Stream will probably, that will probably happen around like 7, 8 o'clock Eastern tomorrow. I have a daytime sponsor stream, like morning sponsor stream on the 9th, for a game called Suspects. Which is very similar to a hit game that is across all mobile devices and PC that a lot of people play. I'm not going to say the name because I am not able to relate that game to it.
Or dude.
It's okay.
I'm not associated, so I win.
Other than that, if y'all keep up to date with my schedule in the Discord, I greatly appreciate it. I don't ping you when I go live or tweet. I mean, I did ping when I went live today, but this is because the stream is special, and I want to thank you guys for making this stream special, and thank MPB for you know, being a last minute host. He did this on 24 hours notice, and he made this fucking phenomenal. So thank you for that.
Hell yeah.
And now for you, I'm taking my host back. Tell us a little bit about who you are, what you do, and what we can expect from you here in the near future, MPB.
Last thing, yeah, so I'll keep this quick, simple, to the point. Hello, everyone. My name is Mr. Purple Broccoli. You can call me PB, Aaron, whatever you want. I am a variety streamer on Twitch. I primarily focus on party games, and I have some recent horror games. I have to enunciate horror because I have a bad habit of not saying it right. I'm from the South. But yeah, that's what I do. I eat broccoli every stream, so cheers. It's going to be green screen, but yum. Always have broccoli. I usually drink on stream as well. I do a lot of fun things. But yeah, I'm mostly just about like good vibes. I'm an actor in real life. I do film and theater. So yeah, thank you guys.
Lead actor in Cobra Kai.
I was not. I was an extra. But no, seriously, thanks for having me, guys. If you want to check me out, do it. If not, totally okay. I'm kind of a funny, weird guy, but no, I really appreciate all the kind words and all the hype today. So, mwah.
Well, to wrap up the recording and get ready to press the button, ladies and gentlemen, this has been the Troll Talk Podcast, episode 50, but the 11th one recorded for Spotify and YouTube. I will see you guys next week for podcast number 12 with the Chak. Chak is a streamer who I've gotten to know over the past little bit. One of the funniest guys that I've been able to talk to, and I can't wait to understand and learn about his journey with you guys. But until then, this has been the Troll Talk Podcast, and I will talk to you guys next week. Bye-bye!
Bye!